This is Janette Miller and Mary Kelley, and today we are going to introduce to you Magic School. It is a teacher tech tool, and it is all AI generated. And as you can see, this is my home screen right here. This is the home screen, and there are so many tech tools in teacher tools in here. It's actually created for teachers. So as we go through, I'm going to show you. Show you my collections, so I can star something and go and have it to where this is what I use a lot. So I'm going to go into my lesson plan, and I'm going to show you that this is what I'm going to just go ahead and paste in here my standard for HTML. Both Mary and I are BMIT students. That's our endorsement area, and we both teach 7th grade web design. So here's my lesson plan. I'm looking for an introduction to HTML lesson with adding a image to my website. And there's some alt attributes that are going to go, we're going to add to that. And so I'm just going to go ahead and click on, I'm actually going to go ahead and get rid of that one because I do have another one in there that I'd been using, sorry. And I'm going to hit generate. Here is a lesson plan. As you can see, it gives you all the stuff on opening, key points. It gives you an introduction. It gives you ideas for guided practice and independent practice. And it does an excellent job giving you ideas for closing, extra homework if you need to assign something else to reinforce it. And it does align with our standards. So as you can see, this lesson objective it's pretty neat how we can do that. And we can go down at the bottom of this. We can actually hit the up arrow. We can export it to a Google Doc, Microsoft Word, or we can print it. Or we can choose to hit the little bookmark and add it to our resource library, which is I'm just going to put in intro to HTML for web design. And I'm going to hit save. And where it goes right over here to my resource library. And as you can see, it's my introduction to HTML. Web design is right there. I will show you one other cool thing. If we click on like a worksheet that we have created in here, you can actually go to the top and you can go to your prompt editor. And if our standards change, then what we can do is we can just change the question in there. We can change the standard. We can update it, like if the state of Nebraska, updates their standards every now and then. So we can go in and we can actually make our worksheets better. So now that we've talked about worksheets, okay, I'm going to just go in here and just show you really quickly. We put our grade level in, and I'm going to copy and paste to make this really easy for you guys. Sorry, oops, here we go. Maybe it'll be easy. Okay, hold on. Copy, go back and paste it in and generate it. And as you can see, it actually creates a worksheet for us. Exceptional. And of course, you still have to have the 80-20 rule where you go in and you check it and make sure that it's giving you the correct words. And then I just want to go back to my collections as we go through this. I just wanted to point out to you there, you can also go in to the multiple choice quiz assessment, and you can actually create an assessment to reinforce, to reinforce that learning. And Raina right up here, that's our AI chat bot for educators like ChatGPT. So that's my portion of introducing Magic School. You can take it over, Mary.
Thanks.
Let me search through the tools. And which one did you want first?
Behavioral interventions.
Okay.
The great thing about Raina is she'll populate anything that you guys want to discover, understand. So you can pick this depending on what grade level you represent. You could do everything from, of course, kindergarten on up. And because we both teach seventh grade, I always used seventh grade. And one of the areas of support that I always do is when I have a student that comes in, usually has the benchmarks of struggling with maybe some attitude or work apathy, I will go through and I will populate, what their age is. So like a 14-year-old male, they're defiant, they like to sleep in class, they don't like to type, they don't like to do their work, or they give minimal effort, or that it's sporadic. We can type it in here, just like Janette's doing. And then you can get a little bit of feedback trying to help you understand how to help them. It kind of gives us some insight and a better way to, I guess, collaborate with a student to see if you can get some work out of them. And then once you hit generate, it will populate. It's amazing how it can assist you, but it also reinforces if you're doing something, it can give you a little bit of encouragement that you are on the right track. Perfect. And once it generates, it gives you an idea of a way to check in with them. If you see them in the hallway, you can just see where they're going. You can chunk tasks for them. You can differentiate it so that it assists them, and then give them some mapping and or goals. Especially with middle schoolers, goals is a huge deal. So this gives us a great way to understand now, like Janette said, we can save this, and depending on the student, this specific platform will tell you not to use names and stuff. I like to use initials, and then I will put their initial up, and then I would just put like behaviors to support. And then I can refer back where if something I'm doing isn't working, I can go back, check on it, see if I need to adjust it accordingly, and then it should work great. And as you can see, it pops up in there and it's behaviors to support. You can always populate it back up. Maybe something else has happened and you need to adjust this, and you can sure do that. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
And the last resource that we were going to look at was difficult conversations. So we've all had those parent calls where we're kind of dreading it. And in order to prepare ourselves for that parent conversation or even a student conversation, there's this prompt. And this prompt is fantastic to prepare yourself for that dialogue. So for the sake of time, we don't even have to populate it, but you can see here where it says a situation to context. So I'm having trouble with a student who's acting inappropriately in class, making inappropriate gestures, which is a student I've had, as well as making inappropriate comments. You can put that in there. Then you can go down to the next section and say, what do you want to communicate? I want to communicate to the parent that this behavior is distracting, that it's not all right, and that we would like to have a good outcome. And then down at the very, very bottom, it says, how would you like to come across? When you're having a dialogue with a student, sometimes you want to be stern, you want to be honest and forthcoming, but to the point that this isn't acceptable. Sometimes with a parent, you want to come in soft because there might be a parent who gets multiple phone calls a day or every day of the week about their kid's behavior. That will allow them to, I guess, prepare for you. But if you use that compliment sandwich, this is a great way to do it. And then once you hit generate, it's positive, it gives you feedback, and it helps you prepare for that parent dialogue. And you can use this for your peers, you can use this for your classmates, and so on, even with administrators. Thank you, Janette. That's perfect. And you can save
No
this
problem.
as well, depending on the actual situation, if this is something you might have to revisit. Perfect.
Yes.
So this was a quick introduction to Magic School. We highly recommend Magic School. It's a multifaceted site, and there are so many different options, both to support the teacher and the students, that, I mean, it's kind of a one-stop shop.